$14,580 this year for the low income. I have all the details and the important information right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I want to discuss the very important $14,580 that has been determined for the low income this year in 2023. Now, this is a very, very important number, especially as it pertains to the low income and fixed income beneficiaries, and that's exactly what I want to break down for you here in this video, so let's get into it and discuss what's going on. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so. And because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually going on right now as things continue to change very rapidly. And ultimately, I want you to know what's out there you can possibly grab and or take advantage of, and how all of this information is going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course, just staying updated with all of the latest information. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss any videos going forward. And also remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and as always, that is my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about the $14,580, why this number is so incredibly important, and what it means, especially for the low income and fixed income. Now, here's the thing. It sounds like somewhat of an ambiguous number. In other words, just a number that they pulled out of the air and said, well, this is it for 2023. Kind of, but at the same time, it's also a very important number that continues to update each and every year. In fact, this pertains to the federal poverty line for 2023. Now, again, I want to break this down here in a further detail in just a second, because you're going to clearly see that this number alone is basically the determining factor between the eligibility for a lot of different programs and a lot of different things that Congress is working on as well. So this number is key. It's a key number when it comes down to determining a lot of different things. Now, here's the interesting part about this. In 2021, the federal poverty line was $12,880. In 2022, the federal poverty line was $13,590, an increase of 5.51% from 2021 to 2022. From 2022 to 2023, the federal poverty line went up by $990 or 7.28%. So let me give you this a quick example really fast here. You can clearly see it from 2021 to 2022, it went up by 5.51%. However, from 2022 to 2023, it went up by 7.28%. So again, the people that are determining these numbers, what are they telling us by basically raising the federal poverty line by 7.28%? Basically what they're telling us is that the cost of living right now is very, very high. Well, obviously, we all know this, right? But again, even the officials that give us these federal poverty line numbers are showing this exactly right here in these numbers. They raised it by 7.25%, actually a little bit more than 7.25% just this 1 year, right? So that clearly shows us that they understand just as much as we do that the cost of living and how much it really, costs the average household and people out there to just maintain a lifestyle right now is a lot more than it was in 2022, right? So anyway, we can clearly see what's going on here. All right, so by the way, this $14,580 breaks down to $1,215 on a monthly basis. That is the federal poverty line on a monthly basis. All right, now let's talk about the details further. Now, here's the thing about this. We do know that there are many pieces of legislation in Congress right now where they're tied to the federal poverty line. For example, there are pieces of legislation in Congress where they want to raise monthly benefits for some of these fixed income beneficiaries up to the federal poverty line. Well, what would that mean? That would simply mean that if your benefit is below the $1,215 per month, then guess what? According to this legislation, they would want to raise your benefit up to that dollar amount, right? So that could be a pretty substantial raise for a lot of people, and that'd be life-changing for a lot of people as well. Now, don't get me wrong. $1,200 to live on per month is still, not that much considering how expensive things are right now. Food is expensive, shelter is expensive, utilities are expensive. Prices have gone up a lot just on everything, the basic necessities, the same old things that we've always been buying and that all of us need, on a regular basis. These prices continue to rise, right? So again, Although, if somebody's getting, say, $900 a month from a monthly benefit, or $950 or $1,000 a month, getting an extra couple $100 per month, or $200, $300, $400 a month would be a lot of money for a lot of people. That'd be life-changing for a lot of people. However, like I said, I totally get it. A lot more would be way more essential for a lot of people as well. But anyway, that's what I want to talk about here is the details behind all of this. So that is what's going on in Congress. Is number one, they have the legislation where they want to raise benefits up to this federal poverty line. And again, I want to point this out as well. We do know that there are many different programs out there right now that take your income, as in your personal income, your income as a married couple, or your household income to determine your eligibility for some of these programs. For example, a big one out there is SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, right? Otherwise called food stamps. Now, this program is directly tied to your household income and your eligibility for SNAP, right? Well, guess what? They use the federal poverty line. They use the federal poverty line as a function of the determining your eligibility for the benefits of this program, right? So a lot of these programs that are out there actually determine your household income or your individual income or possibly your income as a married couple, and they figure it out based on the federal poverty line. Are you 100% of the federal poverty line? Are you 80%? Are you 50%? Are you 120%? Are you 130% of the federal poverty line? In some cases, they'll even allow your eligibility up to 200% of the federal poverty line in some of these cases for some of these programs. Some of the other programs out there as well, including TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, WIC, which is Women, Infant, Children, that program that's out there, as well as other things like Utility Assistance, the ACP program, Affordability Connectivity Program, the LIHEAP program, Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, the LIHWAP program, Low Income Home Water Assistance Program, Rental Assistance, all of these other programs that are out there. And again, I'm just talking about a few right now. There's a lot of different programs that are available out there right now. And guess what? They all base your eligibility on the federal poverty line and where your income is as a percentage of the federal poverty line. It's either you're above, you're equal to, or you're below the federal poverty line. Now, here's the thing as well. I want to throw this out there, as I've talked about this many times before, and I want to make this very clear because the president said this, and what have they done about it? Well, that's anybody's guess right now. You can probably hear the crickets, right? Not much. That's the answer. But anyway, the president did say no older adults or people with disabilities should ever need to live in poverty in America. Guess what? Who is living in poverty in America? Well, generally, most of the people that are living in poverty in America are older adults, seniors, people with disabilities, fixed income beneficiaries. So it seems to me that that goes completely against the beliefs of the president. Just saying, right? So anyway, I'm not taking political sides. I'm not making political statements. I'm just simply saying, if this is the real belief out there, then why isn't something being done about this, right? So anyway, I've talked about this before in other videos as well, and I want to say this really quickly. There are about 38 million people in the United States right now currently living in poverty. That's a huge number. And we do know right now that there are over 10 million seniors alone living in poverty. So again, that's a huge number, right? And again, these are based on the last readings as of last year. We don't even know what they are currently. These are the numbers that came out last year. Now again, we're still early in 2023 as of right now, but when these numbers get updated for 2023, I'm going to tell you this much. It's going to be sad and it's going to be unfortunate, but there will be more people living in poverty this year in 2023 than what we saw last year. Why? Because of the cost of living, because everything has gone up in price, and what are we getting for all of that? Nothing. Incomes are not keeping up with it. Inflation is still high. The cost of living is going up. The prices on basic necessities like food, shelter, utilities, healthcare, all of this stuff continues to go up. So I'm just simply saying that more people will be living in poverty this year because of those reasons, and incomes and or money in the pockets of the people is not going up, right? Incomes are staying the same, expenses are going up. Well, if we were looking at this on a business standpoint, as in if we were running a business right now and we were looking at this, what would we do? We would be scrambling thinking, how can we increase our income, right? How can we increase revenues? Because that's what you need to do in this type of situation. Cut back on expenses or increase revenues. Well, in this case, can you really cut back on expenses? I guess you could, but it would simply mean that, it means less food. It means less utilities. It means, turning the heat down in the winter, turning the AC, the air conditioning up in the summer. things that are not practical, right? Things that people really can't be doing, or probably really shouldn't be doing. So anyway, this is what it comes down to: the $14,580 this year in 2023 as determined by the federal poverty line, or again, a little bit over $1,200 per month. So either way, I'll continue to watch all this stuff very closely as I do get more details out of Congress or the administration or anything else coming out, bills, packages, proposals where they want to raise benefits up, or even anything else out there, programs like that the low income and fixed income can take advantage of. Yeah, of course, I'll continue to bring all this to your attention right away. So anyway, I hope this kind of opens up a little bit more of, awareness, I should call it, maybe, on the federal poverty line and how many people are really living below this right now. Super sad situation, but this is the fact of the matter, and this is what we're dealing with right now. Either way, I'll keep you posted on everything going on right now. As I get any more information, of course, I'll be right here for you, breaking it down. So please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss any videos going forward. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Leave your comments, questions, and feedback down below, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.